Wave to Mom. She got to ride her pony.
You might have started something right here that I can't finish. You know that, huh?
Hey, Claire.
Hey, Claire, wave. Hey, Luke, wave.
How is it, boo?
Hello, Roger! Hello,
Daddy, get
Claire, you need to be on this side.
see who we got here. Hotel. Deer.
Mom.
We're now on Sunset Boulevard at sunset.
Yeah.
Also in it.
Turn
Baccarat. My dolls. Boss and a suit from Georgia or mine.
Yes. Something I recognize. The beers. Fours.
Right?
Where are we going to next? Where are we going to next?
No, I don't even see anything. I didn't see anything. I know what that is. Look, Laredo. Star. Look, Laredo. Star.
Lion King.
The ride's closed. So I'm going.
This is Hollywood, and this is Vine.
The ride's open.
The famous Hollywood and Vine corner.
And then after.
And this is the famous Hollywood Wax Museum.
And star.
Grauman's is back here.
Right Disney.
Famous Kodak Theater. The entrance of the Kodak Theater. Virgin Mega
He's
Store.
good about the bird.
Okay, take a ride here. Okay, look, this is it. Look, this is the front of the Grauman's Chinese Theater. Look, Batman and Spider-Man. Where's Luke? You come dance like Michael Jackson.
I'll come back somewhere.
Look, Michael Jackson. Queen Latifah. Mickey Mouse. Come on. Clint Eastwood. C-3PO, look, Star Wars. Star Wars, R2-D2. What? Eddie Murphy. Billy Crystal.
It's unbelievable.
Is it? India.
Originally
Jason
from Canada, Jason came down, and of course, big fame and fortune with that TV show, which ran in the Hollywood Hills. Basically, the cheapest home in this area will run you about $2 million. Home that they shared as both boyfriend, girlfriend, and fiancés, husband and wife. They never quite made it to that stage. Guess they woke up and decided they didn't like each other one day, and he thought that he was dating the wrong Jennifer. Just the house, but the house plus the view. That's why people like living up here. Also, yeah, it's very sort of hazy today in Southern California, but this is... No, Kevin, he's the star of that TV show, The King of Queens. Also in that big movie, Hitch, last summer. Sold it for about $8 million and moved out to the beach in Malibu with his wife and their newborn baby daughter. For 4 years, that was the home of very popular Brad Pitt. I don't know if you've heard of him because he's hardly ever in the papers. But yeah, Brad lived there in between actresses Gwyneth Paltrow and Jennifer Aniston. So we always sort of referred to that as the Brad Pitt bachelor pad. He sold it for $10 million to a guy in the real estate business that still owns the home when he married Jennifer from the Friends TV show, and then they moved to Beverly Hills. They lasted for 4 years, which by Hollywood left 2427 is the current home of Ben Stiller. Very popular Ben Stiller. You guys certainly know him from a lot of movies. He also did the very popular TV show Twin Peaks. Mulholland Falls as well was a movie he directed. Very, very popular guy. Number 7250. And next to him is another hedge house staying on your left-hand side of a very popular Academy Award-winning actress originally from the country of South Africa. Her name is Charlize Theron, and she lives in 2572 Outpost Drive here on your left-hand side. She won the Oscar about 4 years ago for a movie called Monster, which she starred in. She was also nominated again last winter for the movie North Country, as well, the star of that film.
It's kind of all small, kind of overlooked. Look at Mom, Claire.
At somebody's house.
That's right.
Somebody had.
Well, of course, Will Ferrell's become so popular these days after being on that Saturday Night Live television show, number 2617. He had that big movie Talladega. Gargoyles that are hovering above, those are the original fixtures on the Bela Lugosi home. And then as we pass by at eye level, you'll see these two door handles that are shaped like lions. Those as well, the originals on his home. Some say the best Dracula to ever play in the movies. Lemon trees, bamboo.
Orange
Giant.
Outpost Drive for now over 2 decades. That's his house there. Good old Bob. You know, what is he, 82, 83 years old? Only host that show has ever had, now going on 36 years. He's hosted The Price is Right and gonna hang it up in June of this year. Of Hollywood, old building. Years ago it was the YWC, their music artist, who had the #1 concert tour of 2004. They are investors in that very, very popular hotel with the sign that's upside down. Yeah, they
Look that great.
that restaurant, very popular for the Hollywood crowd. Loads of TV shows filmed in there with people riding the bull, like Desperate Housewives, Sex and the City, American Idol, The Bachelor. At the top of
Oh,
that
yeah,
hill.
there's some nice digs up there.
Very beautiful places. Opera club called Syros. But some of those famous names are just on those walls there of people who performed, like Richard Pryor, Flip Wilson, Red Fox, Rodney Dangerfield, Sam Kinison,
David Brenner.
David Brenner,
Jay
Lily
Leno was there.
performed on these hollowed stages here to your right-hand side. And you can see one of the hottest nightclubs, the Sky Bar, exactly right. Sky Bar is owned by Cindy Crawford's husband, Randy Gerber, who's a very popular for breakfast, as you can see. Mixed in, gone out of business. Unbelievable.
That's the originals, probably.
Popular, of course, owned by Johnny Depp for 15 years. That's the doorway there underneath that awning where actor River Phoenix collapsed and came out of LA. Pretty much got their starts at the whiskey. When I was in high school, we used to drive up here and see the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Crazy in that building. Like, I bet the Chicago girls know about Raven Simone because she's all over. She lives right there in that building to your sign. Geez, that sign's almost as famous as the Hollywood sign. Been used before in so many TV shows, motion pictures. They say that sign's on TV. That's right. The Clampets drove by that sign. That's exactly right. Actor Shirley Temple when she was only 10 years old. Warner Brothers music executives that own this house here used to be owned by Gary Cooper, though, in the 19. That's Beverly Hills for you. Floral display. His name was Dean Martin. Wow. You must remember old Dino, one of the original Rat Pack, along with Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. way around the corner. It's basically a block long. Raised without a trace. I mean, he produces every third thing that comes out in Hollywood, but no one has lived there for over 2 years because word has it, he bought it and the wife didn't like it. So as opposed to selling it, they brought up architects to draw up these elaborate plans, fulfilling now the wife's vision of what should go on. Warren's house.
Oh, yeah, check it out.
Sharon, Jack, and Kelly, the very famous family that let cameras into their home for 4 seasons on MTV.
Oh, where's the dog they tried to poison? Which side of the house was that on? That was funny.
Well, remember when Sharon threw the ham?
My hero.
Again, we'll circle around. It'll be on your side when we come back. But this is the famous gate with the gargoyles. Look at the house, beautifully landscaped. You know, they're still there. It's a $12 million valued home. They have a house in Malibu and, of course, a big place in the UK as well. That plaque that's on the front gate says, "Never mind the dogs, beware of the owners." Cool.
They had to beep out every other word.
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you. Ever built in this city as a single family dwelling. It's called the Greystone Mansion, and it was built by Edward Doheny, who was a very famous oil billionaire in the 1930s. Edward built that house as a gift for his son, and this is Doheny Drive, the street that they named. And that tacky potted plant in the driveway. What's up with that, Simon?
Simon Cowell.
Is it British grocery?
Yeah, that's on Entertainment Tonight or something like that. Terry something or other. Yeah, exactly.
Look at the roof line on that thing.
It's a big place.
Man, that's 10 or 15,000 square feet with that as a ranch.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's a big place. It's the whole corner lot there. No longer owned by the Wagners. Of Enrique Iglesias and his girlfriend Anna Kournikova. Not bad cars there for a weekend getaway, I'd say. They got tired of staying in hotels when they come out every weekend from Miami, which is where they live throughout most of the week, so they just picked up that little place for Saturday. Are huge here all over Beverly Hills. Yeah, they put them out a few weeks ago, so. Look at our hedges are perfectly trimmed, just one straight line almost across the top there. I think she's close to 80 actually. Yeah. 9. There, and there's a few others that are covered up. Trust me, they're all luxury cars. Owned by the Marcianos. George Marciano is the Italian clothing designer of the Guess clothing. Building 2 homes there, one for him and the other for his wife.
Sheik from Saudi Arabia.
Especially of late, they're the white iron gate and that long white iron fence guards the current property of Tom Cruise. That's where Hollywood's #1 box office star of all time resides with his wife, Katie Holmes, and of course, baby Surrey. Now, during the times that they are here, we always know it because there's literally no less than 20 paparazzi cars that just line outside his... What'd you say? Dr. Phil lives over there. Can you believe Dr. Phil lives in that house? Very beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Pays to be friends with Oprah, I tell you that right about now.
What were they called?
Food. Friend of Oprah.
This property for once, a lot smarter than me, let me tell you.
Old young man named Oliver Hudson. Who's his mom? Goldie Hawn. That was the wedding gift he got last fall for getting married to his model girlfriend down in Mexico. Same week, ironically, that his sister Kate announced her divorce from Chris Robinson of the Black Crowes.
That was a good one.
A Ferrari?
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh.
So what is that of Guess?
That's the Marciano guy from Guess Clothes, exactly right. He actually has 9 Ferraris in that front driveway area. Unfortunately, the Bentley's blocking a couple of them. But yeah, he has one of the largest Ferrari collections of any in this area. Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, he's got the 44 F4.
Isn't that something? Winner, actually. I used to live in that one on the right-hand side there, but for years that house had popularity as it was used as the governor's mansion on a TV show called Benson.
How beautiful. Peter Sellers.
Now it's owned by the Paramount Studios Corporation, and they basically leave it on a semi-furbished basis because they throw big parties there. They schmooze the stars, trying to get them to appear in their films and whatnot. They let them stay there if they don't want to stay in hotels or whatnot. Of course, son Jason Ritter's coming up in the business. He was on the TV show Joan of Arcadia. Yeah. Private, exclusive, cost a lot of money to stay in them, and they will generally reserve them for big stars when they come to town for like the Oscars. A lot of the nominees will stay there for that week, you know, or the Emmys, or if you're appearing in town at a big concert or whatnot. Lots of history in those bungalows, including allegedly the favorite place of Marilyn Monroe when she would secretly meet with the Kennedy boys, Jack and Bobby, in the early 1960s. Yeah, well, they were just having tea, you know, discussing politics. The main wing of the hotel here on the right, called the Pink Flamingo, is where they have the Polo Lounge, very famous restaurant inside the main wing of the Beverly Hills Hotel, one of those classic hangout spots for lunch and dinner. Hotel's been used in a couple of events before. It was in the movie Troop Beverly Hills with Shelley Long. She took the that was the Hotel California in the 70s. Bewitched. She was in Dora on that very popular show for many, many years. Pretty flowers at that house too. Floral displays are gorgeous this time of the year. Staying on the right, shooting a movie called The Wizard of Oz.
Look how high those doors are.
Yeah, that's
That
something.
wild.
Yeah, tearing down, putting up a new one. It used to be Rosemary Clooney and Jose Homes that is owned by Madonna. Of course, everyone knows the Material Girl, who has houses all over the world. In this city alone, she owns 4.
Place to put your money.
Yeah.
Avoids taxes.
It's amazing.
Exactly right.
Madonna.
4 Roxbury Drive.
Peter.
Look at the doggy at the gate there. Many times on his show when he was filming it here in Hollywood, he'd be seen coming out of the front door with the butler Rochester, the valet. They do a little comic. Love Lucy.
I love Lucy.
And she lived there until her death.
All the way up until her passing in 1984, 85. She bought that house in 1954 for $85,000. When she passed away, her family sold it in the 80s now for $7 million, and now it's worth over $20 million. And if you stay on the left and cross the street there, you can see the home, not the home, but the property that Jimmy Stewart, he passed away as well. House is now worth $28 million, that new one, but you can see the order. Peter Falk is the house that he occupied with his then wife, Mia Farrow.
That's for grandpas.
That's right.
That's right, Mia Farrow, very much in love. Yeah, they were only married like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Ella Fitzgerald.
Connecticut is their home throughout, excuse me,
Paul
most of the
Newman
year.
and Joanne
But they'll
Wood.
come out and stay in this house when they have business dealings in Hollywood.
That's a big home.
They met actually at LSU.
At LSU, look at that poor Mercedes in the driveway all bashed in there.
Don't even have a plate yet.
Not even have a plate, exactly. You know what? That was a famous house there on the left-hand side for years. Years ago, Bugsy Siegel, the family lived in during that very funny Paul Mazursky film.
Oh, I can't imagine the craftsmanship and the work that had to go into that.
One by one, those wooden shingles were placed into that very specific design that's called a Storybook Roof. And it's designed by an architect who wanted the roof of his home to look like something out of one of those fairy tales that you read as a child, like Hansel and Gretel. A lot of cathedrals and office buildings that look very similar to that in style. Now, Gaudi himself passed away in the 1920s, but they went and sought out one of his students and commissioned him to design that house exactly in the Gaudi. Sail in the window. Bull Niche is where they filmed all of those scenes.
Pretty woman.
She's got to be around for something. Merv Griffin, the talk show host, who went on to create Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy.
Claire, where are we?
Welcome to It's a Small World. For your safety, please remain seated inside the boat, and please watch
Did because he wasn't in the front. I like being in the back.
I like being in the front, but I want to be smart.
Oh, it's a horse.
Tenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del barco. Y cuide los pequeños.
Bonne année.